Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Veda and this is The Simple Budget. Here on my channel, I show you how my family is using the zero-based budgeting method in order to get out of debt and simplify our financial life. If that sounds like content that you're interested in, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button and join our little crew here. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. Well, happy Friday, everyone. We did it. We made it to fall, which I'm really excited about. It's still not reflected in the weather here in the northern Texas area, but soon enough, I think it will. I was commenting to my husband earlier because he made some coffee and I finally lit the first fall candle of the season. And I was like, oh my gosh, the combination of the scent of coffee and a fall candle is one of the most exhilarating and intoxicating scents I think probably known to man. I do love the smell of fresh brewed coffee, but even more when it's paired with a fall candle. Anyway, I'm hoping that so far your fall is fantastic. I am so happy that we are in this season. It's one of my favorites, and I could go on and on about it, but I won't. However, in honor of fall and in honor of the fact that I have updated my placeholders, here, let me show you. So before, my placeholders that I sold as physical products and digital downloads were this size. I actually don't have my dimensions. I don't have an ability to share the dimensions with you. I will pop it up on the screen now, but it was smaller. And I had them separated in my shop in either like money denominations, and then I had another listing for my fully funded placeholders. Well, this week I've been working on updating them, and so now they look like this. And I actually updated, I'm gonna have to show you what the old original one looked like. So this one hasn't changed as far as the style is concerned, just the size. They are now 6 inches by 2 3/4 inches. And then of course, they'll be a little bit bigger laminated. They're gonna be available as digital downloads and physical products. And I think I'm gonna keep up the original size as a digital download, but moving forward, the physical products will only be in this size. And then I actually redesigned a little bit my original. I have 2 different styles in my Etsy shop. This one and the other one used to be like a block out of the center here with font that said, like 100 or whatever. But I just rejigged them a little bit, redesigned them. They're still going to be available in white cardstock or vellum, and they will also be available in either a matte lamination or a glossy lamination. I didn't do any glossy laminating ones for like the display ones just because I still sell the display ones, and glossy just doesn't sell as well as matte. So I just matte laminated all of them, but the option will be there for you to do that. But the other way that this is changing is that now I'm going to be still selling them in batches of 3 or 5, but now you can choose to just add fully funded in with the number, like the number placeholders as well. So essentially what I'm saying is you can go to my listing for 3 placeholders, either in this style or this style, and you'll just have to tell me what number denomination, or if you want a fully funded included in that too. The price is going up, but that's just because I'm using more product to make the same thing. And also, they are actually one of the more time-consuming products that I make in my shop. Believe it or not, it takes me less time to make envelopes than it does take me to make placeholders. So anyways, it's just because there's lots of cuts and punches and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, that's it. So in honor of this, and the fact that I'm just so loving that it's fall. Starting today, so all through the weekend, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm just having a little sale in my shop for 10% off. You don't need a code or anything like that. All of the products will just be reduced in price for the duration of the weekend. So if you've been interested in anything in my shop up to this point, now's a good time to buy. And now we're going to get into this week's weekly check-in. So for those of you who are new to cash budgeting, zero-based budgeting, cash stuffing, I just bumped the camera. Sorry, guys. The weekly check-in is where I track all of the non-cash purchases from the last week and then return the money from my cash envelopes back to the bank so that we don't overdraw our accounts, just one account. So I'm gonna have to scooch this stuff back there. So I'm gonna just be popping into my budget binder here. I'm gonna have to move everything. Hope you like my new fall decor, but we're gonna just be zoomed away from this stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into my expense tracker. And this budget planner is available also in my Etsy shop. Everything is linked always. My Etsy shop is always linked on my channel. But I will link the specific budget planner. And actually, I'll go ahead and link the expense tracker itself, because if you don't want the entire budget planner, I do have the expense tracker available as a digital download. So I'll go ahead and keep that linked. So what I'm going to do is I've already filled this out because this is my personal budget planner. I use it like this all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in. We'll go over all of the purchases, chat about what we've spent this week, and then unstuff the cash and return it to the bank. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in. All right, so this is more zoomed in than I usually have, you guys, but I was realizing when I was editing last week's weekly last week's weekly check-in, that because this is an A5 size, like everything's written smaller, and so it might be a little bit more difficult to see, and you might want to know the nuts and bolts of how I go about doing this, and so you might want to be zoomed in a little bit more. So let's just go ahead and go over everything really quickly. It's me, so it's probably not going to be quickly, but we'll get there. On the 14th, we had an Amazon purchase, and it is coming from our toiletries envelope. And for $10.81, I literally have no idea what it was. I still can't remember. Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to remember, and I can't. And just to kick it off, if you are not new to my channel, I'm so sorry I repeat myself a lot, but that's just because in case people are new, I like them to know as much information as possible. I don't ever want somebody to just pop into one of my videos and then be confused because I don't explain myself. So because this is $10.81 and we only stuff cash, not change, I will be returning $11 to the bank. My husband tracks the change overage, and he keeps a spreadsheet of our budget, and he tracks the change and just kind of lets it build up, and it acts as like a buffer or like a miscellaneous spend category. And you'll kind of see how we do that moving forward, because we've pulled from it a couple times in this particular week of expenses. So next up was also an Amazon purchase. It was on the 14th, and it was for something for my Etsy shop, and I can't remember now, but I pulled it from equipment. So the total purchase was $28.02. And this is an area where we actually used the coin jar to cover this 2 cents. Instead of returning $29 to the bank, we are just going to be returning $28. And my husband pulled 2 cents from the coin jar in order to make this a possibility. Somebody on my channel, and I cannot remember her name, but she is a regular commenter of mine, and I see you and I appreciate you, by the way. I recognize you guys. It's not like the way that you guys comment, and I see you in my comments and stuff, and I recognize you guys all the time. I just love seeing you there. She asked how he goes about tracking it. I'm going to have to see if he can explain it a little bit, maybe in Monday's cash stuffing, because he is the one who handles tracking that. As far as knowing exactly how much is in it. at all times. So that would be a question for him. So I'll ask him to touch on that. If I can remember, I'll ask him to touch on that in the next cash stuffing that's coming up on Monday. Next up, this was a fun one. So on the 16th, this is a purchase from Erin and Mills Company. I found her on Instagram, actually, and she is somebody who goes around and finds, vintage and antique home goods, essentially. And she sells them from her Instagram account every Friday. She does what I think it's called like Flat Lay Friday or something. That's the hashtag that is used on Instagram for this. And so I've been following her for quite some time because I love the pieces that she finds. And I'm definitely somebody who appreciates a good vintage item. Here and there. It just depends on what it is. Well, I'm going to go ahead and post a picture of the flat lay that she posted, whatever date it was that I purchased it from her. And I will leave her Instagram account linked below so that you guys can go check her out. Anyway, she posted this flat lay, and in particular, the apple pie plate. I was like a giddy schoolgirl because my mom has that apple pie plate. It was given to her as a wedding gift. Actually, my parents' anniversary was just this past week also. They got married in 1981. So, oh my goodness. Okay, what year is this? So this would have been 42 years. Is that right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, this would have been 42 years. That's wild. My dad passed away in January of 2022. Yeah, January of 2022. But we still, wished my mom a happy anniversary and all those sorts of things. I don't want to bring this down. This isn't, I'm sad that my dad is no longer with us, but I'm happy that I had lovely parents who were such a good example to my siblings and I. So anyways, that was a very long and rambly diversion. The apple pie plate was gifted to my mom as a wedding present all those years ago. And my mom is where I got my love of baking from. And she is the one who taught me how to make pies. She taught herself how to make pie crust because her mom was not a baker. And I just was so excited to see that apple pie plate because it's like part of my childhood, So I wanted to have it. And then, of course, since the pumpkin pie plate was still available as well, I grabbed them both at the same time. So I am so excited to have those. They've already been shipped and they have arrived to my home. She was her shipping was like crazy fast. So anyway, like I mentioned, I will leave her Instagram account linked below. She finds the most beautiful pieces. And so I was certainly happy to add these into my kitchen, even though I have more than enough pie plates as a person who loves to bake. But, you can't miss an opportunity like this one. It's like a once in a lifetime opportunity. Maybe not once in a lifetime, but certainly once in a blue moon. So I ended up breaking this down into two different categories. I still had some money left over in my home category, like home decor. And so I pulled $10 from that. And then the rest of it, $45, or rounding up to $41, is going to come from my personal spending. So next up, we had a purchase on the 18th. I forgot to get onions for a soup that I was making for my husband. And so I had to pop into Aldi really quickly, and it was $2.21. And we've just completely crossed this out entirely. So I won't be paying this back to the bank because we pulled this from our little, virtual coin jar miscellaneous fund that we track in our checking account. We've got a series. Oh gosh. Okay. So let me just explain to you guys, because work has been crazy for me this week. I did not go grocery shopping on my usual grocery shopping day. I usually go on like a Monday or a Tuesday. And this past week, I actually went on Sunday. And because of our schedule that day, it was just crazy. We went later in the evening and we ended up just eating food out, even though we didn't have food in our dine out budget. So we have done all kinds of budget voodoo, but sometimes it just has to work out that way. So we popped into Brahms, and I don't know why this purchase actually hit our account first, because we ordered food for our kids, and They forgot some fries. They forgot to add a particular, like another fry to our order. We ordered 2 fries. So my husband had to go back in and order it from them again. So this first Brahms one is going to come from Family Fun. It was $3.24. We're returning $3 to the bank because we had enough overage in our little miscellaneous, online coin jar. That's what I was looking for. Then same day, same expense. Also Brahms. This was the rest of the meal. So it was $16.11. Again, we're just returning 16 to the bank because my husband pulled 11 cents out of the coin jar. And we're also going to be returning this one from Family Fun. Next up, this is a fun one. I don't know why this showed up too, because we had another dine out, because this was just food for my kids. My husband and I got from Taco Bell. Actually, don't judge me. But if I'm going to eat fast food, which I never do, I'm going to go to Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell. Anyway, so this was, I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's been all over Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that. It's these, I'm so sorry if you're a man who follows my channel. I apologize in advance. Or maybe you like chatter about this kind of stuff. I don't know. No judgment, whatever. Excuse me. They're these like nipple covers essentially, but it kind of serves as a bra, but it's not really. I'll post a picture of them on the screen so that you can see what I'm talking about. I am not a well-endowed lady, and so these are a nice alternative to wearing a bra if you ever have like a tank top on or something like that. So I've heard really good things about them, and they were finally in stock in my size and my color. And so I went ahead and picked up an order of them. And so they were $30. And this one is actually coming from clothes because we have a rule in the house. I don't need any new clothes, but if I purchase things like socks, underwear, or bras, it comes from our family clothes fund as opposed to just my own personal spending. So that's how we handle that. And then finally, the Taco Bell purchase from that grocery shopping day popped up. It was $34.12 for my husband and I, and we split it into 2 different categories. So we had some money in work meals, and so we did $10 there. And then we were going to put the rest of it, $24.12, in our dates fund. And then I was going to have to return like $24 to the bank. But then my husband actually found, I don't know, we had money that we rolled over into dine out from the month before that I never cash pulled for. And so that was like $8 or something. I think we mentioned it in our last cash stuffing. And I was like, no, I don't have any money in there. And it was because I had never pulled it, but he had a record of it. So this is why sometimes it really helps to have more than one person doing your budget, because stuff like this happens. Anyway, so because of that $8, now I only have to return $12 from our dates envelope as opposed to $24. So that was nice how that worked out. And then next up, let me make sure you guys are still in frame. Yes. Next up, and actually this will be a good opportunity for us to chat about this because this is like a thing. So last Christmas, I bought my husband a massage. And he trains jujitsu, he does weightlifting, and so he's always using his body, and his muscles get really sore and tired, and he doesn't stretch the way that he should. If you're gonna weightlift and you're gonna do jujitsu, you need to be stretching. If you're exercising in any capacity, and you should be, you need to be stretching. Anyway, I paid for him to get a massage last Christmas. I thought it was a really good Christmas present, not to toot my own horn. But what I didn't factor in was the fact that we're obviously going to tip this person. And this is something that I'm going to have to do in future. If I buy a gift that utilizes the services of another person, I need to make sure that I build that tip factor into the Christmas gift purchase, if that makes sense. Because I didn't do that. I just gave him the gift card to the massage place, but I didn't factor the tip into it. So he very kindly is pulling the tip from his own personal spending money. And I can't remember why we're only returning $30 to the bank. Oh, I do know. It was supposed to be $40. It was $40. Like he tipped the person $40. He only has 30 in his envelope. And so what we're doing is returning the 30 that's in the envelope to the bank, and then I will just not stuff his envelope this week. So that's how that's working out. That's why we're only taking $30 back to the bank. But if you, like me, plan on gifting, a service to somebody for Christmas or birthday or whatever it is, make sure that you consider the tip money in that service, because not that the gift of a massage is really lovely. And if the person the person that you're gifting it to only has to pay the tip, that's certainly still a fantastic gift. But if you can stretch it, make sure that you pay for the tip as well. So if I ever do this for him again, I'm going to remember that. So anyways, next up, what we've all been waiting for, Target from our grocery shopping this week. So the total expense was $93.65, but as per usual, our Target purchases are never just a single category in our budget. They always cover multiple categories. So the first up was grocery for $52.86. I'm going to be taking $53 back to the bank. And then let me make sure that I have you guys in frame here. There we go. Actually, you know what? I can move my candle into frame a little bit. Oh, look, isn't that nice? And so then also, my son found his Halloween costume. And so we just picked it up because Target was having a sale. It was like 30% off or something. And so his whole costume came to $24.50. And we're returning $25 to the bank from Halloween. And then in household, we did a little purchase and it was $16.21, and we're taking $17 back to the bank. And then finally, our last two purchases were actually both from Amazon, and they were for my daughter's Halloween costume, because once my son found his and she didn't find what she wanted to be at Target, she was really let down because she was excited to find her Halloween costume. So we went online to Amazon and found she wants to be Wednesday Addams, which is hilarious because she's 8. She has no idea who Wednesday is or what it's really about, but like her little friends talk about it and stuff. So she's decided she wants to be Wednesday, which is also comical because she's a blonde. And I was like, well, let's not do a wig. We'll just braid your hair in 2 little braids. And she's into it. So anyways, we picked up her costume, but then also she really wanted Thing, the little hand for her shoulder. And so we got that too. So both of the purchases, this one was $9.47. We're taking $10 back to the bank. This one was $29.12, and we're taking $30 back to the bank. And that was it for our expenses for the last week. Just something to note, because I've been thinking about this actually since I talked about my Aaron and Mills company purchase back here when I was talking about the pie plates. I don't want to keep when I spend things on myself from you guys. And I'm certainly not telling you this and saying, oh, I'll leave the link below or whatever, because I want you to spend money. I recognize, as a budgeting channel, and especially as somebody who myself has always struggled with spending and overspending and like excess spending in the past, I certainly wouldn't want to encourage any of you to buy something that you don't need, that's not going to bring joy into your life. And especially if it's going to put a strain on your finances, even the small amount of joy that you get from the purchase ultimately isn't worth the joy that you lose in strained finances. But I do show these things, one, because I'm an open book to you guys. Like, you guys know at this point, there isn't like a single thing that I've hidden from you as far as our budget is concerned and our finances. All of our debt is out in the open. How we spend is out in the open. And I do that because I also want to showcase that actually when you budget, there's a freedom in that of having spending money and being able to use it without guilt. Because in the past, even though I spent uncontrollably, I actually had guilt with nearly every expense I made. And I don't have that anymore. Anytime I buy something now, I buy it free from guilt, because I know that I'm spending money that I have earmarked specifically for that purchase. And there's so much freedom in that boundary, which is hilarious because we look at a budget especially as like a constraint system. But actually what it is telling you is You can do this, and you can do it free from guilt. You can do it free from stress. You can do it free from whatever, negative attachment or negative association that we put on buying things and accumulating things. And again, I'm certainly not encouraging you to accumulate things that you don't need or that you don't want. And an argument could be made that I didn't need these pie plates, but the nostalgic value of them is so far worth, it surpasses the financial, aspect of acquiring them. But, like with anything that I buy, like the candles or clothes or whatever it is, I share them with you because it's a part of my budget, but also because it's just fun to build the relationship in that way. I think a lot of you follow my channel because we have similar styles or personalities or whatever it is. Maybe you're just curious about budgeting, but I think it's fun to share those parts of our lives with each other too. And this was like one of those things, but I don't ever share anything. And that includes the things that I make and sell from my own Etsy shop. I never want you to buy something that's going to put a strain on your finances. You just being here and being part of my channel is enough. Please don't ever feel obligated to buy from me, to purchase anything from my Etsy shop. And certainly don't ever feel obligated to buy something that I'm chatting about and like linking below. I link it because if you're interested, I want it to be available to you, but I don't ever want you to spend money that you don't have on something that you don't need and ultimately will not bring joy into your life if it is causing you stress. So I'm going to step down off my soapbox now, and we're going to go ahead and unstuff this cash. All right, we've busted out the cash tray because we've got to have some place to organize the cash that we're going to be pulling from here. This, by the way, I forget to mention it sometimes, and I always forget to link it, but this is from the shop on Etsy called Funds and Fun. And for the life of me, I can't remember if her name is Celine or Cecilia, and it could be wrong. Both of those could be wrong, but I know it begins with a C, and she comments every now and then, so I know she watches my channel, so I'm so sorry for forgetting your name. But she makes these cash trays, and they're absolutely fantastic. And so I will make sure to have this linked below as well so that you guys can go check out her channel, her shop. Again, if you're looking for such a thing and you have the spare cash available to spend. So what I'm going to do is grab my calculator that is actually all the way across the table. And I'm going to add up what I'm going to have here at the end so that we can make sure that I pull everything that I'm supposed to. And I always zoom you guys through that because nobody wants to sit here and watch me use a calculator for a lengthy period of time. So I will get to calculating and then we will come back and pull the cash. Okay, so at the end, we will have $326. So I learned last week that the best method is for me to go ahead and pop into high priority sinking funds first, because that's usually where I have lots of ones and things like that that I need to make change with. So I'm just gonna move the calculator out of the way really quickly and go ahead and pull high priority sinking funds. And so first up, it looks like, let's go ahead and grab from, oh, no, wait, I'm way up there. Toiletries. I did actually update my envelopes in here, just my high priority sinking funds. I said I was going to be doing that over the next couple of weeks or whatever. As I make envelopes for customers, I figure I can just go ahead and print out some of my own too. So this is a new design that I have available in my shop now, and I absolutely love it. I have, I think, 4 different font options for this one, and they're all bold and in the bottom right-hand corner here, and I just love them. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and pop back to toiletries. What did I say I needed? 11. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that's the only toiletries one. Yeah. So I'll grab $11 from here. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or I'll grab 10. That's fine too. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a note of that. And I can even just stuff $1 less. In this week's cash stuffing. So, and that depleted that envelope. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Oh, what am I putting the 5 all the way up there for? Silly Veda. Okay. And then toiletries is really taking a hit this month. Let me just go in order here. Hers, this grocery was empty. Clothes, $30. We're pulling from clothes. Oh, maybe it's back here. Toiletries. Oh, clothes. So 30 from there. Oh, nice. So, and now on clothes, I have 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Actually, you know what I might do? I'm going to pull the $1 from here to cover the toiletries purchase because nobody's going to miss it. And so now I have 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 5, 6, and 7. So 107. And then that covered the $1 from toiletries. Sometimes you can just like play with your budget like that if you need to. So I did do 11. And then where did this go? Where did the clothes one go? Okay, so check that off too. All right, so next we're gonna go, oh, grocery. I need to return 53 from groceries. Here we go, 20, 30, 5, 45, 50, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I could have done that too. Oh, I'm gonna put that in the dollar savings challenge. Oh, my husband's gonna be so irritated. You love it. I love it. He doesn't even really mind. He just pretends like he does. That lone $1 is going to end up in the dollar savings challenge. Yes. Okay. And then I know, yeah, there was a household back here. So 17 from household. Oh, look at that. That was convenient. So 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. I'm going to take this. These are such bad ones. Goodness. Okay, so in household now I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And I don't think I actually updated my clothes balance either. So I'm going to have to remember to do that. What did I just say? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 in household. Oh gosh. I get too enthusiastic. So 15 is left in household. And I'll just put a little check mark there. And I don't think I updated clothes. Now, what did I say? Was it like 107? I think so. And if I'm wrong, I'll know when my next cash stuffing anyway, so it's all good. Oh, and there's $1 left in groceries, but I'm gonna move that. Anyways, I think that covers our high priority sinking funds. And then I'll just go into low priority sinking funds. Whoops. Yes. Low priority sinking funds. And then first up, we'll pull from hers. I think I just have just that one yet. So it's 41 that we're taking from me. And let's see, 2041. Whoops. And now I have 20, 40, 60, 81, 5, and 10. So 110 in my spending now. There we go. And home is up next. So $10 there. Oops. Yeah, see, I knew I had 10 in there, so I did a lot, some of that money for the pie plate, or all of the home money for that, so. Next up, what do we have? Oh, family fun. Here, let me put a cross through this one too. Woo! That, it's the ridges in my table here that threw me off. Family fun, let's see. So I'm returning 16 and 3. So 19 from family fun. Dates, his, hers. What did I just say? 19, 10, 20, 19. So I have $3 left in family fun. And put a check mark next to that and that. We'll put a line through that. Oh no, wait. I pulled 19. I have 3 left. How many of you were just screaming at me? Okay, and then work meals, I'm pulling $10 from. That's in here too. Oh wait, I think it's toward the front. You'd think I would know my own binders. Yes. So the $10 is coming from here. And I'm gonna go ahead and we have 0 remaining. Check that off. And then dates, I'm pulling 12 from. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna have to bring 8 back in. 5, 6, 7, 8. And now in dates, we have 55, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 68 in dates. We rhymed. Oh my gosh, that was so cheesy. Are you still watching? 68. And I check that off. Okay, we just had a little daughter interruption, so I'm trying to remember where I was. I think I crossed off dates. Oh, okay. So now I'm popping into his and grabbing the $30 that is in here for my husband spending money. I have not updated these envelopes yet. I don't sell this style in my shop anymore because they just didn't sell. So I changed it up. So 10, 20, 30, and he has $1 left. Oh, he has 500 in the bank though. Don't feel sorry for him. Yes, so let me update his little balance here. $1 and check that off. And oh, okay, I still have to go into my business sinking funds in a little bit. So now we're gonna go into holiday sinking funds and grab money from Halloween, which we haven't touched in quite some time. But we are returning a total, what is this, 40, 55. So we're pulling 55 out of Halloween. Oh, nice. Okay, so this is 60. I'm pulling $5. So now we have 105. That's certainly more than we will need for Halloween candy. So we'll definitely be able to decrease our budget for Halloween next year. So I'll just put a line through all of these and then update the budget just on this last line out here, 105, but I did pay back all of those. And then we will just go right into business sinking funds here, and I am returning $28 from equipment. Shipping supplies. Here we go. What did I just say? 28. Oh no, 21, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm $4 shy, but that is okay because as I've mentioned this before, I only stuff my business binder once a month. So I actually have money that's been building for equipment and all of those sorts of things the entire month. So I will just subtract from what I stuff in my next business stuffing. My next Etsy and YouTube stuffing. Where is that? Where'd that just go? Oh, equipment. Here we go. So I'm going to put a check mark, and then I have to remember, I didn't write down the number, what I need to have at the end here. So let me just really quickly, we're getting a little tight in here. I'm going to pop into my paycheck planner for this next Etsy cash stuffing. And yeah, so I'll just subtract 4 from next week for, what did I just say for equipment? Where'd that go? Oh, here it is. So I'll just do minus $4. And then I won't stuff that $4. And then I'll be all squared away. Let me just put that back. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add up or count this cash and hope that I can remember whatever the original total was supposed to be. If not, I'll just add it up again really quickly and then subtract 4. So here we go. We've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75, 85, 95, 300? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So did I say 316? You know what? I'm going to add it up again. $338. Oh boy. Hold on. 9, 10, 11, 12. So I only have 312 and I'm supposed to have 338. Is that right? $322. Guys, I can't get a straight number. $322. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm missing $10 somewhere. All right, you guys, I have sat here for far longer than I care to admit, trying to figure out where my $10 error came in. I am missing $10. So I'm just gonna have to watch this footage back while I edit and figure out if I pulled something or didn't pull something or whatever when I was unstuffing. So I apologize if this creates confusion for somebody who is new to this. I promise you it usually goes much more streamlined than this. You can watch any of my other weekly check-ins for a more helpful look at what a weekly check-in is supposed to look like. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you did. Leave a comment down below, say hi, chat it up with me. If fall is not your favorite season, let me know what is. And don't forget, I am having a sale in my shop this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, to celebrate the start of fall because I do enjoy it. It's my favorite season. Anyways, I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic weekend and you do all of the fun fall things. And I will see you guys on Monday with a cash stuffing. Bye, everyone.